Welcome to the Decoding HVAC Podcast, powered by Fujitsu Airstage, bringing you smart solutions, industry trends, and pro tips to keep you in the know. Well, Matt, let's get into replacing a traditional ducted system with the ductless system. There's tons of features and benefits. But let's just break it down and decode what that is. Let's talk about the main ones here.
So let's assume we're talking a central heating and air system, whether that's a heat pump system or a gas furnace coil outdoor unit combination. If I'm a homeowner, I'm looking at changing out my system. What am I ultimately going to look at? Right, cost is one thing, but then I also want to look at comfort. I also want to look at efficiency. If I want to look at how do I increase my efficiency, and depending on utility costs of what they are or what they are not, that would probably steer me in the direction of looking at, well, hey, I think I want to be able to zone my house. I mean, I think we all agree that we have spots in our home that are never either the right temperature, but yet the system's running, but it's never the right temperature. So I'd kind of take those factors into consideration on what should I replace it with.
The biggest point of loss in a system is the duct work. So you've got that, conditioning the rooms we're using. So many of us in a traditional system are paying for a room to be conditioned that maybe we go into once every so often. Not only that, it's when you have ductwork that's not as efficient or has got spots in it, that impacts the balance of the system, right? That system has to work harder for the same amount of output.
Yeah, it's on, right? So thermostat says, hey, I want it to turn on. I'm moving air in a space where I'm getting older and I got one child left at the house. So eventually when they're gone, hey, I'm going to be heating and cooling rooms that are just empty. Why? Why would I want to do that? If we look at trying to find something that is super efficient, the ductless category is super efficient. But then also if I'm eliminating or greatly reducing that ductwork, now my consideration would be, well, man, if I can rip out that ductwork, get a unit that's closer to where I need it to be, give it its own controller, maybe throw a little bit of ductwork on there. And then that way I'm reducing the opportunity for it to leak in anything from the attic. I'm doing something better for the system so it does not have to work as hard for all the other zones that I don't need it for.
Yes, we got consistent airflow. We've got custom temperature zones. Let's say I've got 5 areas in my house that we want to put these in. Do I need an outdoor unit for each one of those indoor units?
If you're looking for something that's going to be used year round in a spot application, you can do a 1 indoor to a 1 outdoor. But most what we see, the growing prevalence that we see from a system, especially changing out a central air conditioning system, is going to a multi-zone outdoor unit. So the multi-zones basically means I can hook up multiple indoor units to one outdoor unit, and that outdoor unit will provide heating and cooling to those areas. Just want to make sure that everybody understands too that it's a heat pump system, meaning just like that central air conditioner, all units will be in the heating mode or all those units will be in the cooling mode. So you can't heat and cool at the same time. That's much more on our commercial applications. But yeah, Darin, to your point, is being able to have a single outdoor unit that it's much more sleek than the big giant Stonehenge size outdoor units that they are today. It's a much more sleek outdoor unit, packing a wallop of capacity in there, and I can hook up multiple indoors units to it and connect out to my outdoor unit.
What about a hybrid option, right? We could add with mini splits and maybe use short run ductwork to serve just a few rooms.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, you can multiple options for ductless, and a lot of hydronic markets where we see hydronic and then a ductless system working tangent with each other to give the optimal optimization of efficiency and comfort level.
And I think one of the biggest benefits of one of these systems is if we add on, we don't have to do a replacement. We can just put in a mini split system into that room addition, correct?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, if we know that we are going to do future expansion, whether we're going to put a room above the garage or turn our 3rd floor into a playroom, if we know that going in when we're changing out our system, we can allow for that expandability in our systems if we choose the right type of system. Trying to do that conventional, if you do some of those retrofits using a conventional system, man, you're talking about some major costs, getting it there to condition that space versus having something that we already kind of know we can actually expand upon.
Well, Matt, thanks for doing this with me today. If you have any questions or would like us to cover a topic on a future episode, please reach out to us at decodinghvacpodcast@gmail.com.